Well, guess what? It's time for Mike Tomlin to go. Ain't it? Now, how are you going to defend him now? He has dropped 2 in a row at home to 2 teams that came into the game 2-10. And they were both at home. So now, how could the decision not already been made? I said it before when I made the predictions. If Mike Tomlin loses this game tonight, regardless if it was Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky, it doesn't matter. You have 2 quarterbacks that are experienced. Mitch Trubisky's actually more experienced. And you're at home 2 weeks in a row. Like I said, the only reason they beat the Bengals is because Jake Browning was just literally coming off the bench of hardly ever playing, and the Bengals had no defense. But this is just unbelievable. This is kind of what happened a couple years ago when they started 11-0. And I think they ended up losing 4 out of 5. One of them was to Ryan Finley. I mean, this is just proving my point again. Mike Tomlin, in the regular season, he starts out good. And you know what? As far as him never having a losing season, well, guess what? I'd say after the last couple weeks, he's in danger of that, for number one. And number two, who cares? Fine, take your 9-8, 10-7 record, never win another thing again. Just get used to first-round exits. Or you start out good, as in this season, an example, and then once again, Mike Tomlin doesn't have his team prepared. He has dropped 2 games against scrub bottom feeder teams that are playing for a draft pick. Both of them at home in front of his home crowd. Now I think everybody can finally see what everybody's been saying. Mike Tomlin inherited Bill Cowher's team. That's what bailed him out. Otherwise, Mike Tomlin never would have had a Super Bowl. So if we're going to hold people accountable, this is just unacceptable. You know what? I guarantee you, and I hope Tomlin does stay. I'm a Bengals fan, of course. I want Tomlin to stay so the Steelers could continue to be non-contenders under him. If you're a Steeler fan right now, you don't have a leg to stand on. Like I said, not dogging the fan base, but everybody wants to talk about how great of a head coach Mike Tomlin is. This guy has literally dropped 2 games in a row at home against 2-10 bottom feeder teams. That is downright embarrassing. But he'll keep his job because, and like I said, I hate to keep bringing this up, but it's just the facts. He'll keep his job because he's African American. And if they fire him right now, they'll be called a racist. That's why the Steelers won't make this move. But let me ask you something. If Mike McCarthy was in the same boat right now that Mike Tomlin is, what do you think people would be saying? Mike McCarthy actually probably would get fired. But no one's going to call out Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is on this pedestal, and he knows it, and that's why the Steelers can get away with this. Let me tell you, this is just unacceptable. Say what you want about the Bengals, that's fine. We didn't drop 2 games in a row with our starters or Mitch Trubisky, whatever, against 2-10 teams. I'd rather suck and be 2-10 than have my hopes crushed like the Steeler fans did. And go ahead, argue the Super Bowls. You know what? The past is the past. No one gives a shit anymore. That's like Dallas saying, yeah, we have 5 Super Bowls. Yeah, we haven't won nothing in 30-something years, but we have 5 Super Bowls. Who cares? Yeah, it matters. Congratulations. Here's your cookie. Whatever. But the past is the past. What has Mike Tomlin done since Super Bowl 43? And like I said, the only reason they won that Super Bowl was because it was once-in-a-lifetime catch by Santonio Holmes, and Ben Roethlisberger was obviously in his prime, right? And it took Dick LeBeau's defense to make a miraculous interception against Kurt Warner. But like I said, if you take away all them events and just had it on Mike Tomlin's shoulders, they would have lost. So, my point being said, and like I said, I hope they keep him. I'm a bank. Like I said, I want this. Steelers don't fire coaches, and I'm telling you, Steeler fans, you got a problem. You just seen it again tonight. I mean, how can you as a Steeler fan right now sit back and accept this? You fired your offensive coordinator. It seems to me they've gotten worse. Now you're really seeing the Mike Tomlin. And listen, I don't hate Mike Tomlin. That's not what this is about. I know I got to defend myself in all avenues. I got to make sure I cover it because some idiot is always going to, find a way to ridicule me or say I'm whatever, So I got to make sure I cover all my bases. No, it's not because he's black. It's not because, whatever. You want to paint a picture. It's because the guy's a horrible coach. And nobody will call him out. They'll call out Mike McCarthy or Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is one of the best coaches in the league, but they'll call him out because he lost one of the best quarterbacks ever, probably ever going to play the game. I know people are saying Mahomes, but that's debatable. Mahomes ain't going to have 7 Super Bowl rings. We all know that. But, yeah. This is just unacceptable. And why do I care? I don't care. I could give two shits less about Tomlin and the Steelers. But the reason I make this an issue is because everybody wants to hold people accountable. And I'm calling these people out for not holding Mike Tomlin accountable. Like I said, you ridicule any other person, but nobody talks about it. Like I said, Terry Bradshaw did a couple of years ago. But he probably took a hell of if he would have done that today, he probably would have been called a racist. So, the haters and the people that are irrational and don't think outside the box. I had some guy on here say, "Oh, you're a Bengals fan, you don't know football." Oh, okay. So I guess everybody except a Steelers fan knows football, huh? No, you're an idiot, dude. But, yeah. I've been watching football for over 30 years, okay? I know a thing or two about football. Like I said, I'm not in the NFL, but I've watched it long enough to tell you some stories, man. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, unacceptable. And the Steeler organization needs to do something about it.